So good morning all. In the previous lecture, we were discussing about network analysis. We have completed few fundamental things. Then we started discussing about this problem statement, for which I think we have completed the network diagram. Okay, so based on the given predecessor activity and successor activity, we have prepared a network diagram for it. Now, the next part of the question was find out the critical path. Okay. So, what is meant by critical path? The path with the longest duration in the network, or simply the critical path may be a series of activity combining which will give us the total duration of the project. Okay. So, let's try this. How to identify critical path. So, first look at the network diagram. Also, you need to take a reference of duration of each activity. Okay. Now, one is representing your start point of the project, and event number six, represent end of your project. So you need to start and somehow reach to the end. Okay, so by network diagram, you will come to know that there are number of ways one can travel from the start to end. Okay, so these are called as a path, and out of these path, the path with the longest duration, जहाँ पे सबसे maximum time लगेगा आपको to end, to reach to the end, that will be your critical path. Okay, so let's list down different path and a duration for them. So first path, one can go in this way. You will travel from 1 to 2, then 2 to 6. ये आपका first path हो सकता है. The one person can go like this: E, then D, then F, and I, and reach to the end point. Then there is a third path. One can travel like on C way, then go to G, and then I. And fourth way, one can start from 1, go to 4, and then from 4, go to 6. So there are 4 paths in here. So we have listed down all those 4 paths. So first path is A to E, or A and E. We are traveling with 2 activities, A and E. So A कितना duration है? 8 plus E 16. So 8 plus 16. Okay, 24. So that will be the duration if you follow this path, A and E. Next, A to D to F to I. Okay. If you count the duration of each activity, so A is taking 8 days to complete. The D activity is taking 10 days to finish. F activity can take 17 days. I activity requires 9 days. And that will be your total. So 70, 27, then 36, 8, 44. So 44 duration for this path. Next one, BFI. So B straight, BFI. So B activity is taking 10 days plus F activity takes 17 days, I activity takes 9 days. Okay, so that becomes 36. Next one, CGI. Okay, so C to G to I. So this activity, C takes 8 days plus a G activity takes 18 days plus I activity takes 9 days. So it becomes 37, I guess. Okay, so 37. And then the last way. One can travel in this way. It can follow C and H. So C activity, 8 days plus H activity takes 14 days. So it becomes 22 days. So calculate duration for each activity, each path. Now, in this duration, you may observe that the 44 is the maximum duration to complete your project. Okay. Now try to understand the real life meaning of this. To finish your project, it is going to take 44 days. Even though there are some activities which are going to finish a lot earlier than the 44 days. But when we say project is completed, all the activities within that project are finished. For example, आप project कर रहे हो, final year का कुछ project कर रहे हो. So literature survey, then design part, manufacturing part, okay, ये हर एक चीज को कुछ ना कुछ days लगने वाले. Out of which जो study part है आपका literature review, it may get finished in the first month. Okay, so you cannot say कि भाई मेरा project तो एक महीने में खत्म हो गया. But see, आपका manufacturing का task जो बाकी है, so it will take 3 months. So until and unless you reach up to the end of activity, so manufacturing of the project, and then give the presentation to examiner, external guides. That will be your last activity. Until and unless that last activity is performed, you cannot say your project is finished. So even though some of the activity during that projects are already finished. So like C and H. So C activity plus H activity. Now here you are ending your first one path of or one line of your action, which is ending at 22. Okay? But still some of the activities are going on, like F, I are still in the process. So this 44 represent your completion date or completion duration. So this path of or the path with the maximum duration is called as a critical path. Okay, and you represent that critical path always in the diagram by either highlighting those paths. आप क्या करो, pencil से ये lines dark करो, thick करो, or you can draw a line by red line over earlier drawing to represent the critical path. So ऐसा ये जो activities है, all these activities are critical. So path A, D, F, I is critical path, and the project completion time is 44 days. That will be your answer. I hope it is understood by all of you, because I think it is already covered in your second year syllabus. So now next task, why we need to identify the critical path. See, the critical path represent the activities which are very crucial to your project. Even if you make any kind of delay in these activities, your project will automatically get delayed. Unlike any other part, like C, we have 4 activities, A, D, F, I. Except this A, D, F, I, like C activity. C activity is going to take 8 days. Okay. Now somehow you are lazy and you would like to spend more time on C activity, or you would like to delay the C activity. It's non-critical. C activity is not present in this line in the critical path, right? So these are non-critical activities. So non-critical activities you can delay a bit. आप delay कर सकते हो उसको. Delay क्यों करना है? But when you are a project manager or you are in a firm, why someone want to delay any of the activity? The reason is you would like to divert the resources from the non-critical activity towards the critical activity, so that the critical activities we need to give importance. They should not be delayed, That's why the extra effort is taken. You should transfer your resources from non-critical to critical activity. Okay. And during this process, you might reduce the cost of project too. Like, in example, C activity. Assume that the C activity is some kind of a milling operation. Okay. And you are completing all those milling operation in 8 days. Okay. Due to finish up those activity in 8 days, you may have hired two workers. ठीक है, दो worker आपने hire किए हैं to finish up that milling activity. It will be finished in 8 days. But you have found out that during this network analysis, that C is non-critical activity. वो milling इतना important नहीं है, आप delay भी कर सकते हो. आप क्या करोगे? दो worker क्यों लगाएंगे? आप क्या करो? उसको delay, एक को निकाल दो. Only work with one worker. So C activity instead of 8 days, now it may take double than that, 16 days. Okay, just observe 16 days से क्या effect होगा on your project. Try that. और 16 days से नहीं हो रहा तो फिर 15 days, 12 days में try करो वो complete करने का. So this way you can reduce the cost of your project by diverting or reducing resources from the non-critical activity. That is why it is very important to identify the critical path, critical activities. तो आपको पता चलेगा प्रोजेक्ट में कौन सा नॉन परफॉर्मिंग है या फिर नॉन इम्पोर्टेंट है, एंड कौन सा बहुत ज्यादा इम्पोर्टेंट देना चाहिए आपने इस एक्टिविटीज को. So where should be your main focus? So this is about critical path. Now we will go beyond that and we will learn few more parts, that is a time schedule and project float slacks. So time schedule is nothing but finding out the event timing. So when we are going to start it, at what time it will be finished. Generally we follow two types of passes, two types of method: forward pass method and reverse pass method, okay, or backward pass method. So in that we totally find out four types of time. The first one is earliest start time. What is this earliest start time? The earliest start time represent the time at which the activity can begin at the earliest. जल्दी से जल्दी वो start कब हो सकता है? At the earliest that activity should be starting. So for example, this A activity is taking 2 days, B activity is taking 3 days, D activity takes 5 days. Okay. Now we are starting from 1. That means a 0th day start करेंगे हम. So at the earliest, A activity can start at 0th day. Similarly, the B activity, as this is a concurrent activity, B can also be started at the earliest 0th day. Okay? Then A is going to take 2 days to finish. So this activity is going to finish up on 2nd day, right? And B activity is going to end up on 3rd day. Okay. Now your focus is on D activity. D activity कब start करेंगे? At the earliest, we can start this activity on 2nd day because the D activity is depending on A. We can start D when A is ended. A activity is finished. वो 2 दिन में खत्म होने वाला है. So 2nd day पे you can start. ठीक है. Now D activity finish कब होगा? से 2nd day पे आपने start किया. It is going to take 5 days to finish. 2 plus 5, 7 days. Okay. Now just imagine यहाँ पे और एक C activity है, right? So when we can start C activity at the earliest? See, to start C activity, B and D both should be finished. Both should be ended. We have two options. If we follow this path, it can start at third day. If we follow A to D, we have another option, seventh day. So what do you think? When should this C activity can start at the earliest? Let me know in the chat window. Okay, so all of you have understood that C activity will start at seventh day because it should be C activity can only start when B and D both are over. So even though we are calling it as the earliest start time, C at the earliest we can start on seventh day. Okay. Next one, earliest finish time. It is very simple. You can calculate this earliest finish time by earliest start plus duration. Okay. So for example, A takes 2 days. So A activity has been started on 0th day. So earliest start time is equal to 0 and earliest finish time is 0 plus 2. Duration is 2. So finish time is 2. Okay, so this way you can easily calculate. So this part is called as a these two times are calculated for forward pass method. Okay. Then there is a backward pass method. So we go backward. So here the third activity is at seventh day. Okay, D takes 5 days, B takes 3 days, A takes 2 days. Okay. Now in backward method, we calculate latest finish time first. Latest finish time. So what is latest finish time? Latest finish time, a time by latest by which an activity must complete, must finish. So at the latest, when should this activity to be finished? We will call it as a latest finish time. जल्दी से जल्दी वो complete कब होगा, finish कब होगा. Okay, so generally we follow the backward pass method for this. So the third activity is finished on seventh day. Okay, so this activity 2 or event 2 कब finish हो सकता है या फिर A activity कब finish होगी? 7 minus 5, so that 2. So latest by second day, A activity should be finished. A activity should be finished. ठीक है? Then you can say अगर यहाँ पे कुछ और एक activity होती है 0 and we call it as a C activity. ठीक है? So this A activity should be finished by second day. B activity should be finished by seventh day. So C activity should be finished by what? Latest. By what day this activity should be finished? Because then and then we can start A or we can start B. So latest, देखो A को तो लग रहे 2 दिन, B को लग रहे 3 days. If I go with this approach, 7 to 3, 7 minus 3, 4. तो आप क्या कर सकते हो कि भाई B activity can start on 4th day, or you can say the C activity should be finished at 4th day. But if you follow this approach, A से अगर आ रहे हो आप, so latest the A activity should be finished by second day, but A activity is going to take 2 days. So C activity should be finished by 0th day. ठीक है? तो आपके पास दो ऑप्शन है, 4 और 0. अगर आपने 4 चूज किया, there will be problem. So if you say this activity should be, the C activity should be finished by 4th day. That means 4th day पे A activity start होगा. A activity 2 दिन लेगा. So that means A will finish at 6th day. D activity takes 5 days. So 6 plus 5, 11 days. Now, by earlier calculation, our project was taking 7 days, but now it is taking 11 days. Remember, when we go for backward pass or when we calculate latest calculation, latest finish time, latest everything, we should take the least value or small value. Then when we go for the forward pass, when we calculate earliest start time, earliest finish time, we go for the maximum number. Okay, ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा लेते. Just एक small hint आपके लिए. For earliest calculation, go for the biggest one or the largest one. जहाँ पे confusion होगा कौन सा लेंगे, तब largest number आपको लेना है. और when we calculate latest part, go for the smaller number. Go for the smaller number. Just hint कहीं ना कहीं रख दो. Earliest के लिए largest number choose करना है. Whenever you are in a dilemma, you need to choose, and you have 2-3 options, 2-3 numbers. For earliest, choose the largest one. Similar scenario, if you are doing calculation for latest times, choose the smaller one. Okay, it will solve your problem. Don't worry. Even if you get confused कि which should we choose, latest calculate कर रहे, earliest calculate कर रहे, कैसा है ये concept क्या है, don't worry, go with this approach, largest and smallest. Okay, again we will have good analysis of this when we solve one problem. You will get a better understanding. Okay, don't worry. So next part which is important is floats. Okay, so I forgot to put animation here. So directly formulas आपके पास है, but I'll tell you what these floats are. The float, simple slack or float. आप बोलते ना, give me some slack. सर 2 दिन असाइनमेंट के ड्यू डेट इंक्रीज करके दे दो. So that is a delayed. Slack देना है मतलब वो एक्टिविटी को you can delay. You are giving permission to delay that activity, right? So there are 4 types of slacks or float. First one is a total float. Okay, the concept is very easy, simple to understand. Total float is total amount of time by which, okay, total amount of time by which an activity can be delayed or extended. But such a way that आप क्या कर रहे हो, वो activity को delay कर रहे हो. Such a way that you are not delaying the project. That means you can delay one activity. वो 10 दिन की जगह 15 दिन लो बोलोगे आप. Take some slack, have delay in your activity. But even though that particular activity is delayed, उसको बढ़ा दिया आपने, इंक्रीज किया, एक्सटेंड किया, फिर भी आपका प्रोजेक्ट जो है वो एग्जैक्टली द करेक्ट टाइम पे ही एंड होगा. सो विदाउट डिलेइंग योर प्रोजेक्ट यू कैन delay or extend one of the activity. So that amount of time, how much you can delay that activity, that particular amount of time is called as a total float. Okay, so the total float can be easily calculated by this formula. Latest finish time minus earliest start time minus duration, or you can calculate it by simply latest finish time minus earliest finish time, or it is the difference between latest start time and earliest start time. Okay, so by using this formula you can calculate total float. I'll give you the formula, don't worry. Understand the concept here. Next one is a free float. Generally in the most of the question, even in the competitive examination, mostly they ask you to calculate total float. Rarely they will ask you free float. Never they are going to ask you the remaining 2 types of float. Okay, so let's look at free float. Free float is again the amount of time by which an activity can be delayed. Okay, but the next part is important, without affecting float of subsequent or successive activity. जैसे कि you are focusing on this activity called as C, and there is next activity, successor activity, which is D. Okay. और इमेजिन करो आपने फ्लोट के कैलकुलेशन किए, टोटल फ्लोट कैलकुलेट किया फॉर सी एंड फॉर डी, ठीक है। सो डी का फ्लोट आया 5 days, ओके। नाउ यू आर डिलेइंग दिस एक्टिविटी सी, थोड़ा 2 दिन लेट आप स्टार्ट करोगे, और आप क्या कर रहे हो, वो 5 दिन में खत्म होने वाला है, तो आप क्या बोलोगे, नहीं ये 7-8 दिन तक चलेगा, चला तो भी चलेगा, नो प्रॉब्लम। So you are delaying that activity C. So what happens when we delay one activity, as that activity is connected to some other activity, we are following some successor activity, subsequent activity. If the C activity is delayed by some day, obviously the next activity will also gonna get hampered by it. उसका भी कुछ ना कुछ इफेक्ट होगा नेक्स्ट एक्टिविटी पे, सब्सिक्वेंट एक्टिविटी में। जैसे कि सीड एक्टिविटी अर्लियर एंड होने वाला था आपका 7th डे पे, और आप बोले नहीं यार इसको थोड़ा स्लैक दे देते, एक्सटेंड कर देते, नाउ इट इज गोइंग टू एंड एट 8th डे। तो प्रॉब्लम क्या हो रहा है, डी एक्टिविटी जो फर्स्ट इंस्टेंस में कंप्लीट होने वाला था 17 डे पे, अब क्या हो रहा है, वो 18th डे पे एंड हो रहा है, राइट। सो आपका प्रोजेक्ट डिले होगा, बट वी नो दैट वी डोंट वांट टू डिले द प्रोजेक्ट। सो व्हाट हैपेंस, we would like to finish this activity on 17th day only, right? So that means the float earlier was 5 days, now it is reduced by 4 days, okay? It happens, right? So free float is that it is a portion of total float, okay? So total float assume karte hain 10 days ka, 10 days से one of the activity if it is extended, nothing will happen to the project completion day. So in between that there is some duration like 2 days. So if we reduce or delay the activity by 2 days, there will be no effect on subsequent activity. जो बाजू वाले थे D activity, E activity, उसके float पे कुछ effect नहीं होगा, right? So free float is the portion of total float by which अगर आपने delay किया, it will not affect the successor activity और उनका float will not hamper. So remember, free float is related to successor activity. Okay, it will not hamper anything related to successor or subsequent activities. Okay, the formula is present in front of you. You can calculate free float by taking earlier start time of successor activity. आगे वाला वो कब start होने वाला है? Take that time minus the finish time, earliest finish time of the current activity जो आपने select किया है उसका finish time, earliest finish time. Next one is called as an independent float. Independent float is again the amount of or the portion of float, portion of total float, which will not affect anything related to predecessor activity. Okay, जैसे आपका free float था, free float doesn't affect any flow. Free float doesn't affect float of successor activity. Independent float doesn't affect the float of predecessor activity. उसके पहले वाला जो है ना उसका float को touch नहीं करता. So that is called as a independent float. Okay. Now remember these are total float only. So ये आपका total float हुआ. Now in that total float there is some duration. Assume that total float is of 10 days. Okay. So you have identified free float and it came around 3 days. Okay. So free float is 3 days. That means अगर आपने वो activity 3 दिन तक delay किया, there will be no effect on successor activity. Next, you calculated independent flow. Assume that it came around 2 days. Okay. So if you delay that activity by 2 days, it will not affect the predecessor activity. Okay, it may affect successor activity. Okay, but predecessor activity will not affect. And the last float, which is called as a interfering float. So interfering float is nothing but the amount of total float which represent कि भाई अगर आपने इतना डिले किया, it is going to affect float of any activity. It may be successor, it may be predecessor. Okay, so that is your interfering float. So remember this interfering float, the part of total float which causes a reduction of float of subsequent activities. अगर आपने वो डिले किया तो subsequent जो activities होगा उसके floats भी कम होने वाले हैं. So it gives you like a kind of an interference between different floats. Okay, so this is about concept. Please note down the formulas. Maybe you will not find these formulas in a regular book. Okay, so take the screenshot of this. Total quick revision, total float. कितना delay कर सकते हो आप activity? Free float, the amount of float, total float, which will not affect successor activity, or float of successor activity. Independent float, amount of total float, which will not affect float of predecessor activity. Interfering float, भाई ये affect करता है. So this is amount of total float which will affect the float of subsequent activity. So this is not affecting, do not affect. Independent activity, independent float also do not affect on any other float, but interfering float affect on the subsequent activity. Okay. So basically we need to do some calculations here. So to understand again clearly floats, earliest start time, earliest finish time, we will take one numerical. Okay. So student, we may get extended for today's lecture. It instead of 10 o'clock, we may end up to 10:15 or 10:10. So try to prepare for that. So this is a question. Utility data for network are given below. Determine total, free, independent, and interfering float. Also identify the critical path. So based on the total float, we will be easily identifying the critical path. I'll tell you how to identify it. So before that, look at the activities. We have first activity 0 to 1, takes 2 times, 2 days duration, 1 to 2, 8, and so on. Okay. So based on that, we will prepare one network diagram. So first prepare network diagram. So here, the activity is represented by events 0 to 1. That event 0 एक event है, 1 एक event है. 0 and 1. So this activity 0 to 1 takes 2 days of time. Okay, so this way you can prepare network diagram. Next one is 1 to 2 and third one is 1 to 3. That means यहाँ से दो रास्ते जा रहे हैं. एक जा रहा है 1 to 2 को और दूसरा जा रहा है 1 to 3 को. Next you can find 2 to 4 and 2 to 5. So that means there are again two ways, 2 to 4 and 2 to 5. So 2 to 4, 2 to 5. Next one is 3 to 4 and 3 to 6. So from 3 again, there are two ways. One is going 3 to 4. Okay, but the problem is यहाँ पे हम cross कर रहे हैं. So we should avoid crossing like this. Okay, so what I'll do, I'll change the numbers. So here I'll write 4, here I'll write 5. Now, again coming back to 3 to 4, join like this, then 3 to 6, in this way. Now last 3 activities are all ending with, end up with 7. Okay, so first 4 to 7. Then we have 5 to 7, join it. Then 6 to 7, join it. That's it. So this is your network diagram. Simple. Okay, so again, I'll just show you the animation. Always remember, write down duration along with the activity. The way I have written here, because it will help you to do the calculation for start time, finish time, as well as floats. Okay, so I assume that you have prepared the network diagram. Now, next part is our ultimate aim is to go for floats. But if you look at the formulas, the formula required to have earliest start time, earliest finish time, latest start time, latest finish time. So based on that, we are going to calculate floats. ठीक है, तो मतलब हमें वो अर्लियर स्टार्ट टाइम, अर्लियर फिनिश टाइम सब निकालना है. ठीक है, अब देखो किसी को कुछ डाउट होगा अर्लियर स्टार्ट टाइम, लेटेस्ट फिनिश टाइम वगैरह में, it will all get cleared here. I'll try to explain it in detail. For this example, let's start working on forward pass method. Forward मतलब आगे 0 to 7 तक जाना है आपको. In the forward direction, left to right. When you go from left to right, you actually calculate earliest time. ठीक है, अर्लिएस्ट स्टार्ट टाइम एंड अर्लिएस्ट फिनिश टाइम आप कैलकुलेट करते हो. रिप्रेजेंट करने का मेथड भी है. इमेजिन दिस इज द लाइन ऑफ एक्टिविटी. ओके, so generally square bracket में you write earliest start time comma earliest finish time. ओके, और एरो के नीचे आप कैलकुलेट करते हो लेटेस्ट फिनिश टाइम comma latest start time. We write it in the reverse direction, Urdu जैसा. Okay, right to left लिखते हैं because it's a these calculations are done as a by following backward pass. Right to left जाते हैं. Okay, so remember this way. This is the earliest start time, earliest finish time. लाइन के नीचे लेटेस्ट स्टार्ट टाइम, लेटेस्ट फिनिश टाइम. Now, I'll show you the calculation for this. ठीक है, जैसे एक्टिविटी 0 to 1 एट द अर्लीस्ट, ये एक्टिविटी कब स्टार्ट कर सकते हैं हम? 0th डे पे, राइट. फिनिश कब कर सकते हैं? देखो ये एक्टिविटी इज गोइंग टू टेक 2 days. सो 2 days मतलब फिनिश होगा सेकंड डे पे, राइट. अब देखो आप आए यहाँ पे. नाउ देयर आर 2 ways. You can go in this direction or this direction. Okay, चलो ये वाला डायरेक्शन चेक करते हैं. This activity का नाम देखो हमने रखा है 1 to 2. This activity 1 to 2 at the earliest when we can start. जब ये पहला वाला एक्टिविटी फिनिश होगा तभी स्टार्ट कर सकते हैं ना, राइट. So on second day I can start this activity. फिनिश कब करेंगे? This activity is going to take 8 days to complete. So 2 plus 8, 10th day. So 10th day पे वो फिनिश हो जाएगा. Okay. Now बहुत बार स्टूडेंट मिस्टेक क्या करते हैं? दे फॉलो दिस अप्रोच, वो आगे चले जाते हैं ऐसा ऐसा. डोंट डू दैट. फर्स्ट फिनिश अप द कॉन्करेंट एक्टिविटी. ओके, अगेन कम बैक टू दिस 1 to 3 वाला पार्ट. ओके, 1 to 3 वाला. यहाँ पे भी आप क्या करोगे? अर्लीस्ट स्टार्ट टाइम, अर्लीस्ट फिनिश टाइम लिखना है. अर्लीस्ट स्टार्ट टाइम फॉर दिस एक्टिविटी 1 to 3. जल्दी से जल्दी कब स्टार्ट कर सकते हैं? ओके, सो यू हैव टू लुक एट द, ये पहला एक्टिविटी कब खत्म हुआ? सेकंड डे पे. तो सेकंड डे पे आप स्टार्ट कर सकते हो ये एक्टिविटी 1 to 3 कॉमा फिनिश. इट इज गोइंग टू टेक 10 days, मतलब 2 plus 10, 12. So 12th day पे the activity 1 to 3 will finish. Okay, I hope all of you are understanding. If you have any doubt, let me know in the chat window. Now, I'll go back to ऊपर वाला portion. Okay, coming back to this 2. So activity 2 to 3, sorry, 2 to 5, 2 to 5, we need to start. Okay, so at the earliest, कब start कर सकते हैं? जब पहला वाला activity खत्म हुआ. That means 10th day पे. मतलब पुराने वाले का finish time लो. That will be the start point for new activity, right? So 10 पे start कर सकते हैं. Finish कब कितने दिन पे होगा? 13 day पे. Now look at 2 to 4. 2 to 4 activity start कब कर होगा? 10th day पे. Finish it is going to take 6 days. मतलब finish होगा 16th day पे. Now come back to activity 3 to 4 and 3 to 6. 3 to 4. Okay, this वाला activity. Start के कौन से day पे होगा? 12th day पे. It is going to take 3 days. मतलब 15 पे वो खत्म हो जाएगा. Now 3 to 6. 3 to 6 start कब होगा? 12th day पे. Finish कब होगा? 12 plus 7 19th day पे. So earliest finish time is 19. Now is the main part जहाँ पे बच्चे मिस्टेक कर देते. Okay, now see, just focus on activity 4 to 7. 4 to 7. For this, identify earliest start time. Okay, earliest, at the earliest this activity 4 to 7 can start. आपके पास दो ऑप्शन है देखो स्टार्ट होने के लिए. अगर आप 2 to 4 को कंसीडर कर रहे हो, it is going to finish on 16th day. That means fourth activity or 4 to 7 activity you can start on 16th day. Okay, this is the first option. Second option, look at, see this 4 to 7 can only be start when these two activity, both activities are finished. 2 to 4 and 3 to 4 दोनों finish होने चाहिए. So 3 to 4 कब end हो रहा है देखो 15 पे. Now आप कंफ्यूजन हो सकता है कि 4 to 7 कब स्टार्ट करें, 16 डे पे स्टार्ट करें या 15th डे पे स्टार्ट करें. Remember, I told you when we go for forward pass, earliest time, choose the largest one. जो सबसे बड़ा है वो ले लो, या फिर आपका अगर कॉन्सेप्ट क्लियर है तो आप इजीली आइडेंटिफाई कर सकते हैं कि भाई ये एक्टिविटी तभी स्टार्ट होगा जब अर्लियर एक्टिविटीज फिनिश होंगे, राइट. तो 16 पे वो फिनिश हो रहा है तो 16 पे ये दिन 4 to 7 एक्टिविटी स्टार्ट कर सकते हैं. ओके, तो 16 पे हमने स्टार्ट कर दिया. इट इज गोइंग टू टेक 5 days. So this 7 activity or 4 to 7 activity is going to finish 16 plus 5 21st को. Okay, now parallel activity check कर लेते. 5 to 7, just focus on 5 to 7. 5 can be start on 13 day. It is going to take 2 days, so 15 पे वो finish हो जाएगा. Now look at 6 to 8. Sorry, 6 to 7. It is going to start on 19th day. It is going to take 8 days to finish. वो project वो activity finish करने के लिए 8 दिन लगने वाले. That means 27 पे आपका finish हो जाएगा. Now based on this, so these are your calculation of earliest start time, earliest finish time. If somebody has any kind of confusion, let me know. I'll try to clarify it. I hope all of you have understood the concept. Now based on this, sir, the 4. Okay. Okay, यहाँ पे 4 में किसी को प्रॉब्लम हो सकता है. I'll try to again clarify it. Okay. Now here is the issue. you are focusing on activity 4 to 7. ठीक है, 4 to 7. Assume that ये एक्टिविटी का नाम आपने दे दिया ड्रिलिंग ऑपरेशन. ओके, सो ड्रिलिंग ऑपरेशन कंप्लीट होने के लिए और स्टार्ट करने के लिए आपके पास प्लेट रेडी होना चाहिए. 2 to 4 is activity for manufacturing a plate. ठीक है, and 3 to 4 activity is just for अंडरस्टैंडिंग पर्पस. I'll take कि भाई 3 to 4 एक्टिविटी मतलब टूल प्रिपेयर करना, ग्राइंडिंग वगैरह करके पॉलिश करके रेडी रखना. ठीक है, अब देखो ड्रिलिंग एक्टिविटी आप तभी स्टार्ट कर सकते हो जब मैन्युफैक्चरिंग ऑफ प्लेट एंड टूल बोथ आर रेडी. दोनों के दोनों चीजें रेडी कंप्लीट होने चाहिए, तभी आप ड्रिलिंग ऑपरेशन स्टार्ट कर सकते हो. ओके, नाउ सी, लुक एट द फिनिश टाइम ऑफ plate manufacturing, plate production. It is going to complete. Plate कब prepare हो रहा है, ready हो रहा है 16th day पे. But tool पे देखो, tool कब ready हो रहा है 15th day पे, right? So tool ready है, तो आप drilling 15th day पे नहीं ना start कर सकते, क्योंकि उसके लिए तो plate लगेगा. So even though tools are ready on 15th day, you can start drilling operation only on 16th day. That becomes your earliest start time, comma, finish time 16 plus 5, 21. So this way you can manipulate. Okay. और अगर इतना टाइम नहीं है आपके पास, I told you one concept. I'll just prepare that. 16. Okay. If you would like to work on the activity 4 to 7, and you need to decide what is the earliest start time, and you have two options, C, 16 and 15. So when you calculate earliest time, choose the largest one, 16. So 15 and 16 में compare किया, 16 is the largest one. So 16, comma, the duration 5, 21. Okay, so I hope it is now clear. Is it? Okay, great. So by looking at this number, let me know in the chat window, what do you think? What is the project duration? कितने दिन लगने वाले to complete this project? जल्दी से मैसेज डाल दो. Great. So number of days to finish this project is 27. Great. सगळ्यांना समजलं दिसतंय. Okay. Thanks. कुछ रिस्पॉन्ड आया तो अच्छा लगता है. So this is your forward pass method. Now I'll try to explain backward pass method. Again, जो पहले मैंने बताया वो सब भूल जाओ. Just remember one thing, that your project is going to finish on 27th day, or finish time is 27th. Okay. So in backward pass method, in which we calculate latest, पहले हम latest finish time calculate करते हैं, minus duration we will get latest start time. Okay, उल्टा रहता है यहाँ पे. So you will start from the end point or finish line, that is 7. Okay, so your project duration is 27 days. Okay, so that means the activity 6 to 7, activity 6 to 7 can finish at the latest or latest on 27th. This activity is going to finish. Okay, 27, comma, अगर 27 पे वो end हो रहा है, finish होने वाला है, तो start कब होना चाहिए? -8 कर दो. 27 minus 8, so that becomes 19. Okay, follow this methodology. Similar to 4 to 7. It is going to finish on 27th day. So start कब होना चाहिए? Compulsory 5 दिन लगने वाले. So 22nd day पे वो उसने start होना चाहिए this activity. Look at 5 to 7. It is going to finish on 27th day. It is going to take 2 days. मतलब 25th को वो start होना चाहिए. I hope it is making sense to all of you. Then go to any of the parallel activity. Look at this 3 to 6. 3 to 6. Okay. Now this 3 to 6 activity should be finished at what time? It should be finished by 19th day. 19 पे next activity start होने वाली है, तो उसी दिन पे पहला activity which is 3 to 6 should be finished. 19 day पे finish होना चाहिए. अगर 3 to 6 19th day पे finish होना चाहिए, मतलब start कब होना चाहिए? So -7 करोगे आप. It is going to be starting on 12. ठीक है. अब look at 3 to 4. Look at 3 to 4. So this 3 to 4 activity latest कब खत्म होना चाहिए? देखो आगे वाली एक्टिविटी 22nd को आपको कंपल्सरी स्टार्ट करना है, राइट? सो ये एक्टिविटी 22nd पे फिनिश होना चाहिए. माइनस ड्यूरेशन यू गॉट 21. ठीक है. नाउ लुक एट 2 to 4. डोंट ओवरथिंक गाइस, कीप इट सिंपल. चूज ओनली वन एक्टिविटी एंड उस पे ही फोकस करो. So look at 2 to 4. 2 to 4 activity should be finished by 22nd, right? तभी आप नेक्स्ट एक्टिविटी स्टार्ट कर सकते हो. तो 22nd पे आपको फिनिश होना चाहिए. स्टार्ट कब करोगे? -6 पे. सो ऑन 16th डे यू आर गोना स्टार्ट दिस एक्टिविटी. ठीक है. वो प्लेट मैन्युफैक्चरिंग 16 डे पे आप स्टार्ट करोगे. लुक एट 2 to 5 now. 2 to 5. This activity should be finished by 25th because हमें start next activity 25th को start करना है, right? So ये 25th को finish होना चाहिए. तो start कब करेंगे? 22nd पे start करेंगे. Okay. Now in this numerical 4 3 2 4. Okay, 3 to 4. Sorry, it should be 19. Corrected. Thank you, Anamika. Subtraction में मैं mistake कर रहा हूँ. It should be 19. 2 minus 3. It should be 19, right? Sorry for this. Okay. So अब देखो in this numerical दो जगह पे dilemma आने वाला है, confusion होगा. Okay. So please focus. The next part is crucial, important. Now look at the activity 1 to 3. Just focus on activity 1 to 3. At what time we should finish this activity? At what time we should finish this activity? You have two options. The first option is 19th day पे आप finish कर सकते हो या फिर 12th day पे finish कर सकते हो. Okay. Now which option should we select? Should we select 19 or 12? Great. सांगा बरं chat window मध्ये बरेच जण सांगायला लागलेत. Great. It should be 12. See अगर किसने चूज किया 19 तो गलत हो रहा है. देखो 19 में किया तो what will happen? ये एक्टिविटी का प्रॉब्लम हो जाएगा. देखो so in backward pass, if you are getting confused or if you have a choice, go for the smaller one. Okay, so this activity should be finished by 12th day. Otherwise अगर 19 पे किया तो प्रॉब्लम हो जाएगा. ये 19 पे स्टार्ट होगा, 19 + 7. ओके, तो फिनिश होगा ये एक्टिविटी 26 पे. तो मतलब ये नेक्स्ट वाला स्टार्ट होगा 26 पे +18. फिनिश कब होगा? 26 + 8 34. दैट मींस इंस्टेड ऑफ ड्यूरेशन आपका प्रोजेक्ट 27. अब देखो आपका प्रोजेक्ट कंप्लीट हो रहा है 34 पे. which is wrong. Okay, so that's why in this case the finish time should be 12. Start time -10 कर दो, मतलब 2 पे वो start होना चाहिए. Look at 1 to 2 activity. 1 to 2 activity. It should be finished. Again, choice है आपके पास 20 सेकंड और 16. 20 सेकंड और 16 कब फिनिश होना चाहिए एक्टिविटी 1 to 2. Correct? So it should be finished by 16 day. जो भी smaller number है वो choose करो. -8, that means it should start on 8th day. ठीक है. Now activity number 0 to 1. पहला वाला, सबसे पहला एक्टिविटी. This activity should be finished by what day? You have two options, second day or 8th day. 8 दिन के बाद खत्म होना चाहिए या फिर सेकंड डे पे 100% फिनिश होना ही चाहिए. So again, dependency. It should be finished by second day, because उसके ऊपर ही सब आगे का कैलकुलेशन डिपेंड है. So it should finish on second day. -2, that becomes 0. So it should start on 0. So this way you calculate latest start time, latest finish time. I hope all of you have understood this. I have written down all the time like this. आपके नेटवर्क डायग्राम में बहुत सारा कचरा प्रिपेयर हो जाएगा. देखो, don't worry, but all these times are essential for further calculation. So make sure that you write it clearly and correctly. Latest start time, latest finish time, below the arrow. Earliest start time, earliest finish time, above the arrow. There are plenty of ways you can represent this. I have found out that this way all things are very clear. Every information is present in the network diagram. Now the next part is typical. You can prepare a table for activities. Its duration already given in the problem statement. You can furnish table which will collect all the earliest start time, latest finish time, or latest start time and latest finish time. Okay, सिर्फ हमने टेबल फॉर्मेट में लिखा है. And next part we need to calculate, which was the critical one: total float, free float, independent float, and interfering float. We need to calculate. Okay, for that, prepare this kind of table. Screenshot लेके रख दो for your reference. Okay, it's actually 10:02. Should we stop here or should we proceed? Because I think it will take 15 minutes more to finish this problem. Okay, chat window मध्ये सांगा. If देखो आप अगर घुस गए हो प्रॉब्लम में, एक साथ खत्म करना है तो खत्म करेंगे. Otherwise next class में we will see. Okay, so one guy says continue, so I'll continue without wasting my time. If you guys have any other work, you can leave the session. I'll give you link for the attendance. Don't worry. Okay, I'll go to network diagram back. First, I'll show you how to calculate total float. बहुत ही सिंपल रहता है. टोटल फ्लोट का फॉर्मूला है लेटेस्ट स्टार्ट टाइम माइनस अर्लीस्ट स्टार्ट टाइम. इजी. Okay, so activities I have listed. I'll assume that this is you are writing in a table. Okay, I don't have that facility. अगर मेरे पास chalk and board होता तो मैं अच्छे से represent करता. But remember, the things I am going to write or do the calculation, you should be doing it on the table. मैंने earlier slide में दिखाया. उस table में prepare करो. Okay, so let's calculate total float for 0 to 1 activity. Okay, activity number 0 to 1. The formula is difference between latest start time and earliest start time. Easy है देखो. This is your earliest start time, latest start time. इन दोनों का difference यहाँ पे लिखना है आपको. So 0,0, 0. 1 to 2 activity. 1 to 2 activity. 8 minus 2, 6. 1 to 3 activity. Activity 1 to 3. डिफरेंस कितना है 2 minus 2 0. नेक्स्ट एक्टिविटी इज 2 to 4. ओके सो 2 to 4 एक्टिविटी यहाँ पे देखो. तो इसका लेटेस्ट स्टार्ट टाइम इज 16 minus earliest start time is 10. That means total float for this activity is 6. Float is 6. Okay. So I think you understood 2 to 4 का float कितना है 6. Now 2 to 5 this activity 2 to 5 latest start time is 22nd minus earliest start time is 10. So that means the float is 12 days. 3 to 4. Okay. 3 to 4. The finish time is 19 and start time is 12. Sorry. Earliest start time is 19. Latest start time is 19. Earliest finish time is 12. 19 minus 12. You got 7. 3 to 6. 3 to 6. 12 minus 12, 0. 4 to 7. 4 to 7. 22nd minus 16. Okay. So you got 6. 5 to 7. 5 to 7. 25 minus 13. Okay. So it becomes 12. Next, 6 to 7, 19, 19. 19 minus 19, 0. Okay. So I hope all of you can easily calculate total float. And in most of the competitive exam, you will get a question on total float. So ये calculate करना easy है, don't worry. So these are your total float. Now, see, यहाँ पे concept है. Total float means what? Amount of time by which you can delay the activity. Okay. Now look at these values. 0, 0, 0, 0. Which means what? You cannot delay this activity. उनका float कितना है 0 है. मतलब उसको delay करना allowed ही नहीं है आपको. So that means these activity are crucial, or we call it as a critical activity. These activities are critical. 0 to 1, 1 to 3, 3 to 6, and 6 to 7. And if you do the calculation for critical path method, you are going to get same path as a critical activity or critical path. So another way of finding out the critical path is calculate the total floats, and the activity corresponding to 0 float are the critical activity, and combining that it will prepare a critical path. Okay, so this is your critical path, and always remember diagram में ये show करना चाहिए आपने, double line से, red line से, dark pencil से show करो critical path. And what the remaining numbers represent? 1 to 2, 6. So 1 to 2, 6 means what? You can delay this activity. That is, this activity is not critical. So आप ये 8 दिन के जगह you can take 14 days to complete. Just imagine अगर आपने 14 days लिए तभी भी आपका प्रोजेक्ट 27th डे पे ही फिनिश होगा. Just try this. 2 plus 8, ठीक है? That becomes 10 plus the float was 6. So 16 day ये फिनिश होगा 16 day पे plus 3 plus 2. Right? तो कितना हो रहा है 16 plus 5. 16 plus 5 it will become 21. So even though आपका प्रोजेक्ट कितना है 27 डे का, अगर आपने ये 8 दिन के जगह 8 plus 6 14 days भी लिए प्रिपेयर करने कंप्लीट करने के लिए, it will not have any kind of effect on the project completion day. So that is the significance of your float. Now just try to imagine in your firm, you are hiring more guys to complete this task 1 to 2, and you came to know that it's not a critical thing, so आप क्या कर सकते हो, वो resources divert कर दो. Instead of 8 days, take now 14 days. So okay, so coming back to the solution part, so this way you calculate total float. Now we will calculate free float. Okay, so free float का formula है देखो, earlier start time of successor activity minus earlier finish time. Okay, so earlier start time ये रहता है, earlier finish time ये रहता है.
या दोन्ही लॅब चालकांना अटक करण्यात आली.